Hi everyone, welcome to Allen Career Institute Overseas webinar on why start early. Today we are here to help the younger minds across the globe that when should they start preparing for the competitive examinations.
Hi everyone, welcome to the session. Well, first we would like to start the session with some myth busters. I mean, everyone would be having these questions before attending this session, and we want everyone to know why these are myth. Let's say the first myth, every parent, every student across Middle East and across Nepal would be having that the Indian students in Middle East or in Nepal, they don't have in them that those skills, what it requires to crack competitive examinations. So they usually target only for school examinations. Well, actually that's not the case. Let me tell you, if you are attending this session, you have already busted that myth, because you are looking forward for competitive examination, cracking these examinations, how to prepare, which we would be telling you in detail in the entire webinar in the due course of time. So this myth has been already been busted, and this is not true, because all such competitive examinations have almost everything similar what you are already being taught by your school teachers. It just requires some skill set to be developed, which a coaching institute or some professionals may guide you to crack these competitive examinations with flying colors. Another myth.
Okay.
Vikram sir.
Definitely sir. So most of the students when they are especially in grade 9th and 10th, so they come across with a question in their mind. Ki when I will be moving to grade 11th,
Yes.
So what do I do? Whether I should go for engineering, PCM, or for medicine, PCB, or let me take a combination of all four subjects and then I will decide later that
Yes,
whether
yes.
I will take engineering or medicine. So I would like to tell you that's why we are telling you why we should start early, so that you have a better planning for your career. You can plan that. See, when you are targeting engineering, right? So you are targeting for three major subjects: physics, chemistry, mathematics, which itself has a very vast base to cover. Similarly, when you're targeting medicine, so you're targeting three major subjects: physics, chemistry and biology, which is again covering a large base in next 2 years, which you'll be covering in grade 11th and 12th. So as per my recommendation, you should definitely go with the three prior subjects, that is either PCM or PCB. So again, let this be very clear in your mind that we should never go for all four subjects combined together in grade 11th or 12th. Next myth, sir.
Yes, very well said, sir, because usually what happens, we have seen that students think that from my 6th, 7th class, I have been studying the entire science and maths together. So let me take science and maths together in class 11th and 12th, but which is very dangerous, which is very harmful. Another myth, students think that we should go for first board examinations or school examinations and then prepare for competitive examinations. Well, dear students, this is another myth where you are thinking that the competitive examinations require different sort of studies. The syllabus, the study pattern, everything remains the same. It's just that you have to answer differently, you have to comprehend differently, and you have to be prepared to know how these examinations, what kind of questions these examinations ask. So there is nothing as such related that you should first clear your board exams or school exams and then go for these competitive examinations. This is a big myth. Next myth.
So basically, truly said, sir. When you're talking about school exams and competitive exams, you see they go hand in hand, right?
Yes.
And even when you see at the results also, repeaters don't do that great.
Absolutely.
The freshers, someone who's preparing for the first time with the examinations, according with their school exams, they are doing great.
Yes.
So another myth that comes to every student's and parent's mind: should I send my ward back to India? A very big no. I will tell you why. Because first of all, I along with everyone never believe in separation of families, right? When your kid is along with you, so you are the best one to monitor his performance and his engagements throughout the day. When your kid is separated from a family, then he has to go with a lot of other stuffs, like separation of family is never an easy task, right? Second thing, there are some benefits given to the students across the globe for the NRI community, especially from the government of India. If I talk about engineering entrance examination, so government of India is providing reservations under the DASA admission category, where especially for children of Indians working in Gulf, there are some special seats reserved for these kind of students in the engineering colleges back in India. When you talk about medicine, so definitely NRI's reservations, NRI quota is also given into the top medical colleges back in India where they can take admission. So I firmly say you should not send your vote back to India. So now the question comes, why we should start early, right? What are the reasons why we should start early? Why someone should start as early as in grade 6, 7th, 8th, or why should I start in grade 9th? Or most of the parents feel that no, grade 6 to grade 10th is fine, I will start my preparation in grade 11th. So today this session is all about what are the benefits when you start your preparations early. I will just start with a very small example to understand, which will help you to understand the importance of starting early, right? So let's say you have to walk 100 kilometers, right? And you are given a task that you have to walk those 100 kilometers in 2 days. So imagine, will it be easy or tough? It means that you have to walk 50 kilometers per day. But when you divide that 100 kilometers, instead of 2 days to 4 days, or instead of 4 days to 7 days, so the division of hard work is bifurcated. So when your division of hard work is bifurcated, your results automatically starts improving, right? With lesser effort and with some better mentorship, you can definitely do wonders in this examination. So someone who is starting as early as in grade 6, so imagine if someone has a clear-cut mind, okay, I have to go for JEE or NEET entrance examination or any, even if you're targeting admissions in the top foreign universities, maybe Harvard or MIT or Stanford, all these universities, right? So there also you start building your profile. In those scenarios also, when you start showing them, okay, in grade 6 I cracked this mathematics Olympiad with international rank 1, 2, 3, something like that, right? So that gives an impression that this kid is really a genius kid, and then you can shape up your career accordingly. And what another thing that happens is that the syllabus is also correlated to each other. So whatsoever you're learning in grade 6, 7th and 8th is taught to you in elaborated manner in grade 9th and 10th. And whatsoever you're learning in grade 9th is taught to you in elaborated manner in grade 11th. And similarly, whatsoever you're learning in grade 10th, it's taught to you in elaborated manner in grade 12th. So when your foundation is strong from the very beginning, it will definitely help you out in getting the best of the results. And another question that comes in when you ask to any student who is starting this preparation in grade 11th, what is your target? Normally students would say, okay, my target is to crack JEE entrance examination. You ask the same question, someone with a clear vision, someone is starting in grade 9th, right? What is your target? So he would say, my target is to get into top 5 IIT back in India or top 5 medical college back in India. And if you ask someone, some student who is starting as early as grade 6, so his answer would be like, I want to do my computer science from IIT Mumbai. So that also gives an idea that what is the focus and your understanding about the competitive examinations. So in entire process, your planning plays a very important role in your success journey.
Yes, very well said. And I think many of these students and parents who are watching this session, for them I can give you one glimpse that you just pick up a 8th class mathematics book, look at all the topics and compare it with an examination called CAT, Common Aptitude Test for entrance for the reputed IIM colleges. You just match that syllabus with your 8th class mathematics books, all that syllabus of 8th class maths in CAT examination. So this is such a crucial class that even NCERT, who has decided the curriculum, they know that from 8th class students should be well aware of what are square roots, cube roots. Definitely. And these things help them build their concepts in later class onwards.
Definitely, and that is why students who are focused for their career, for their results, they start as early as possible so that they have a better understanding about the concepts. Means, let's say if you want to have a journey into IIT Delhi, Mumbai, right? So you know what is the level of competition back in India, right? So when your aim is big, your efforts should also be big, right, sir? So most common challenges that the students face while preparing for all these competitive examinations. These are the common challenges that everyone is facing nowadays, is that 93% of the students, they are not aware of the choices available to them. Mostly if you ask what you want to become, they will say either engineer, doctor, pilot, or let's say some other courses. But let me tell you, we have more than 250 plus career options. So it is not like you should either only go for engineering or medicine. There are multiple career options which you can opt for. So there you have vast choices to make, and you can definitely go into it. Even if they are aware of the limited choices, let's say if they know they want to go for engineering, then they don't know which are the best engineering colleges back in India, or which are the best. Most of the students, especially in Gulf, when you talk to them, I want to do my engineering from US, and you ask them, okay, which university? So now they are blank.
Yes.
Right. So that is also a very common challenge that every student and parent is facing. True. Then there is no proven strategy or plan that how to achieve those targets, right? If you're targeting IIT Mumbai, computer science, you have to get a rank of 1 to 50.
Yes.
IIT Delhi 1 to 100, right? So when you're targeting these level of competitive examinations, you have to have a proven strategy and plan how to achieve those things.
Yes. And that's why the session entitles this, Why Start Early? As mentioned by Vikram sir, that your preparation should start as early as 6th class, so that in the next 7 years you have that third point clearly written in your brain, in your mind. You know that, okay, within next 7 years I will improve my ranks in various kind of competitive examinations, so that when I will be giving that JEE examination after 7 years, I will be completely prepared, and this is my proven strategy.
Let's talk about Midul Agrawal.
Yes, absolutely. From
you can
8th
forget
class.
to mention his name. Talk about his strategy. He started preparing as early as grade 8th.
Yes.
Right. And in grade 10th, he cracked NTSE examination. He cracked Physics Olympiad. And
KVPY.
A KVPY examination in grade 11th. He is the only student in the history of JEE who has topped both in JEE mains and JEE
advance. Yes.
Right.
Very true. So I think that itself is an example for all the students who are watching this session, that this kind of consciousness you must have when you are preparing for a bigger competitive exam like JEE or NEET.
Yeah. So now, definitely when you have these many questions in your mind, so we at Allen Over's Career Institute Overseas are here to help you out. We are there to ensure that all your questions are answered today, and whatsoever questions that are there in your mind, we will try our best, me and Ankur sir will try our best to answer each and every question. So we would also welcome all the questions. You can post your questions in the chat, and at the end of the session, we will be answering to all your questions and queries, right? So now, let me introduce myself. Who am I, right? So my name is Vikram Singh. I am Senior Academic Counselor with Allen Career Institute Overseas, and I have helped thousands of students and parents across the globe in making their decisions about the different career options and how they can achieve the success journey, how they can go with it. So it's my hobby, it's my passion to help students and parents, and I always feel motivated then when I'm helping someone else to do wonder in his life.
Great. Hi everyone, this is Ankur Tripathi. I am the Academic Administrator for Allen Overseas. I am looking forward for all the academics of classes 6 to 12th, JEE, NEET and foundation exams like NTSE, JSO and various other government and private Olympiads. I was a software engineer, but I turned to become a math teacher due to my passion of teaching. I have trained more than 5,000 students in last almost 12 years in math, mental ability and Vedic mathematics. I've also taken more than 200 career counseling seminars across India and in abroad also. As Vikram sir mentioned, I also had that passion of shaping up the careers of young minds, giving them guidance from very early age so that they can prepare themselves for the next challenge they have to face.
And let me tell you guys that Ankur sir is very famous among his students. They call him Math Guru, and the reason for that is that every class that he begins, it starts with a question, why we are learning this, and engages every student with his out-of-box teaching methodology, where he ensures not only your fundamental concepts are clear, but you're also strong analytically when you are studying that topic. Thank you, Ankur sir, for giving your valuable time, for helping the students today.
Never a problem, sir. And yes, the vision, as you can see, this is the Allen directors and managing directors, generation 2. They all have been guiding us across Allen that our vision should be by 2030 we should have 25 million students who should be given guidance by Allen experts to shape up their career in various fields and this vision has been imbibed to us by respected directors and managing directors and Generation 2.0, who are giving us constantly feedback and how we should keep these students motivated and well versed with the academics. Let's move ahead.
So now a bigger question. What is a competitive exam and what is a board exam?
Yes.
Everyone wants to know that.
Absolutely.
What is the difference between these two examinations?
So I think usually this question comes in mind because when a student is giving a school exam, they feel quite relaxed. They feel like, okay, this is the kind of questions which will be asked by the teachers, I already know. And they pretty much relaxed in writing down the answers, making some neat diagrams, and they know that their impression is very good over the teacher, so teacher would be marking them very well. So that kind of impression is for the school examinations. But when it comes to competitive examinations, similar kind of questions would be asked, but students get very apprehensive. Okay, I will be able to crack this exam or not? What would happen if I will lose 1 mark? This question, oh, this question is out of syllabus. I have never been asked such questions.
Yeah.
So these are usual tendencies. So this is the biggest difference. If we talk from the student's perspective, they feel that competitive exam and school exam, it's the level of anxiety.
Yeah.
They feel that we are not very anxious when we give school exams, but we are very anxious when we give the competitive exam.
And they succumb to pressure because
Absolutely,
of that.
yes. But usually that is not the actual parameter to judge. That level of anxiousness should not be there because both of them are asking similar questions. They are asking it differently.
Yeah.
So as you can see in the next slide, in the coming slide, questions in competitive exams are not different, they are asked differently.
Yeah.
That's the only parameter where you should judge competitive exam and a school exam.
So I will just explain this with a very small example to understand. We all of us know English alphabets, right sir?
Yes.
A to Z, every one of us know. So this is like if I have to give my board exams. So question would be like, okay, how many letters are there in English alphabets? What are the vowels? How many vowels are there, right? So this is your
Pretty
school
direct
exam.
answers.
Yes. Everyone knows that. Now, if you twist a question as per the competitive examinations, right? And now if I twist a question and ask you,
so let's ask the students. Let's ask the students about this.
Okay. So students, this question is for you, and whosoever gives this answer first, we will be taking his question, his query. At the very beginning, he will be given first priority, where we will be answering that question. Okay. So ready everyone? Okay. So the question is very simple, very easy. Let's see who answers it first. Tell me the 19th, tell me the 19th letter between A to Z. Okay, so let's wait for that.
So let's
give them 2-3
answer.
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay,
great.
So
we are
will
receiving
see
quite a lot of responses. Many students are giving answers. Some of them are very correct. Some of them missing
the number.
Yes. So this is actually competitive exam.
Yes.
Just a small calculation mistake, a silly mistake, and you miss out the correct answer. And this is how competitive exams ask questions.
Definitely.
Just like if you would see the examination, a subjective question in your school exam or board exam would be write the properties of light.
Yeah.
Very straightforward question. Even a school teacher has taught these are the properties of light, these are the postulates. You have to draw a neat diagram, you will get complete marks.
Now, twist a question.
Now
and the question is, which of the following is not the property of light? Then what you will do?
Absolutely. Now you have 4 options.
Yeah.
Out of them, 3 are having the correct postulate what you have been taught in the school, but one of them is not correct. So you have to identify which of the 4 options, which is the incorrect option. And this requires a lot of application. This requires a lot of practice, skills, and I think that's where a role of a coaching institute or professionals or some professional guidance is required, where students have to be mentored and monitored how they are answering such questions. This would help them gain their expertise to excel in competitive examinations.
And competitive examination is more about accuracy.
Absolutely.
Not just knowing about the concepts, but when you are having a limited period, let's say if I talk about JEE entrance examination, where you have to write those 75 questions and you have a limited period of time, 180 minutes, right? So in those number of time, in those small duration, when you are answering that question, you have to ensure that you are getting limited options, limited time duration to answer those questions. So you have to be very accurate when you are answering these questions. And even for this question which I've asked, means if you know the trick, believe me, it's just a matter of second,
Absolutely.
not more than that. But if you don't know the trick to solve this answer, then you will start counting A, B, C, D and something like that, and then you will
give the
answer.
And it's just like you rightly mentioned about JEE. Let's say there are just 11,000 seats available for getting into the Premier Institute IITs, and there are lakhs of competitors, students who are giving that examination. Just like the question you asked, many would be answering. Many would have answered correctly, but you gave the option that only first one will be taken up the query at the last of the session. So this is how competitive exam work. Many of the students may score similar marks. Many of them are giving correct answers, but the opportunity to getting into IITs is provided only to selected who would be scoring in a better way.
Sometimes the students, when they come back after solving the paper in the examination, they come back home and say, if I would have got time, I would have given more answers.
Yes.
So that is also, it depends upon how much you have done practice.
Absolutely.
How much devotion and how much you have laid attention to all those questions. So all these things, all these parameters will definitely help you to strive success.
Yes, yes.
So now when we talk about success, everyone wants to know that what is the formula for success, right? Formula is very simple, which is on your screen. Mindset, when you combine your mindset with your actions, it results into success. Let's say if you are dreaming, if you aspire to become an IITian or a doctor or a pilot or let's say anything, right? When you combine your dream with your actions, okay, if you want to get into IIT, you have to start preparing for that examination from the beginning itself. So when it combines with your actions, definitely no one can stop you in getting success.
True. So let's unfold the functioning of our brain. Many a times a student think how to select the career. Well, this is actually the process going in the young brains who are attending this session. They are having numerous options, and what they do, they start thinking, their brain starts rolling. Sometimes some of the students plan, I have to become this, or sometimes they follow, okay, whatever my friend is doing, I'll do. But everyone actually is looking for a booming career, or they want to be successful. And just like on your screen you are seeing as you can see, medical stream, lot of these names, you would not have even heard about such names, but believe me, these are some of the specializations in medical stream which are available, which students are taking up in many of the universities across globe to become specialists like telesurgeons, healthcare navigator, genetic counselors, bioinformatician, stem cell researcher, organ implant designer. These are some of the people, these are some of the streams, these are some of the specializations which are actually happening in the present times, but you may not know what course will take you towards such specialization. And if you are a student of class 5th, well, to gain this specialization, if you are looking for going into, let's say today you saw this screen and you think, okay, I want to become a bioinformatician or let's say organ implant designer. So believe me, from 5th class student's perspective, you are having 7 years of school teaching, then almost 5 years of teaching where you would be having you would be doing your MBBS or specialization, then 2 years for specialization more. So which means this is a 14 or 15 years of plan, and within these 14-15 years everything would change, the scenario would change, and this is how the things evolve. And this is what we want to tell you, that when you start thinking and when you start planning, you should know what is your long-term goal and you should know what is your short-term goal. Like the next slide you can see, these were some of the medical fields. You can also see what are the specialization or different streams coming up for engineering and technology, like solar technology specialist, nanotechnologist, simulation engineer, cyber security specialist. In the present times, cyber security is gaining a lot of popularity, but there is no specific course for being a cyber security specialist. You must go, you must become a computer engineer first, then take up specialization become masters and then go into this. So ultimately your long term goal cyber security specialist, but your short term goal would be going into IIT. Another short term goal would be getting yourself an NTSC qualification, becoming an NTSC scholar. These are some of the smaller steps you should take. Just as Vikram sir mentioned in the early session that let's say you are preparing for 100 kilometers. So it's not that today I will tell you, tomorrow you have to run 100 kilometers. I would be telling you, okay, let's meet next year and you should run 100 kilometers. So what will you do? In these next 360 days, you would start preparing yourself. You would break down, you would start running for kilometer, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. Then that will build your endurance and then you will be able to run 100 kilometers. Similarly, if you are going for interface designer, energy resource engineer, this is a very long-term goal, and for that you have to take small steps. You have to excel in school exams, you have to excel in private Olympiads, you have to excel in government Olympiads, then crack NTSC, KVPY, INJSO. Go ahead, crack physics Olympiad, chemistry Olympiad, maths, bio. These are some of these steps which you should take every year, and then when you will be going into JEE or NEET, after that become a specialist. These are the things which are available for students. As Vikram sir mentioned in the earlier slide, more than 250 options are available to every student, and believe me, in the coming 5 to 10 years this 250 options would be 2500, 25,000 and millions of options would be available, because many streams are combining, like biotechnology. What is bio, what is technology? The two different streams, they are amalgamating, they are combining. So
engineering plus medicine.
Yes, and this will change the entire scenario. So it's better that students should prepare from a very early age.
So let's say even 5-7 years back, how many of us knew about artificial intelligence?
Absolutely.
Or data analyst? Today they are in great demand. So someone who would have thought for artificial intelligence or data analyst at that point of time,
they are at the peak
today.
of their career now.
Right.
Yes.
So there are few more options as mentioned in the web slide that you can have your career in cloud computing.
Yes.
A very demanding career option. Computer forensic analyst, looking at the cyber crimes which are happening today.
Yes.
So if you can become a computer forensic analyst, it's a great future option. Then integrated digital media specialist, intelligence analyst, where you give an idea when you have a pool of data and you give a concrete conclusion out of it. If you go with certain these kind of steps, your success journey will go like anything. Take example of Geo, right, where they did their research from the initial stages, and when they captured market, and now look at the giant size where they have grown. So it's all the role of intelligence analyst. And biotechnologists, as you mentioned,
Yes.
they're also in quite great demand. Drone. Now,
at present, students would be playing with drone, but
Yeah.
they won't believe that there is an specialization in drone engineering.
Definitely.
You would be developing that technology, but how that is possible? Again and again, we would come back that you have to excel in all the competitive exams you would be appearing. Rightly mentioned by sir that you are already using such technologies, but you don't know how these things are moving. Let's say if we talk about Sundar Pichai, did he ever think at that time when he was doing his IIT that I will be becoming the CEO of Google?
Yeah.
Or let's say Satya Nadella, who would have thought that no, I have to become CEO of Microsoft? They would not have thought at that time. They were excelling in whatever they were doing. They performed, and then after reaching to a certain point, then they realized, yes, we can definitely become a CEO of a big multinational company, and this is how things evolve. You have to decide, you have to plan, let yourself grow, and then sky is the limit.
and mind you, Indians are doing great in every
Absolutely.
place, right?
Yeah,
And even you at your place talk about Dubai, talk about entire Middle East. Indians are at a very concrete level. They are very strong positions, and
Yes.
they are the CEOs of the company. They are holding everything. They have all the powers over there. So this can happen only when you start early.
Absolutely.
That's the key to success. So coming on to renowned national level examinations. So here is the list for you. When we talk about national level examinations, National Standard Exams in Junior Science, which we call as NSEJS, Then we have Regional Mathematics Olympiad. We have Science and Astronomy Olympiads. We have Olympiads conducted by Kendriya Vidyalaya. And we have NMTC, which is National Math Talent Contest, which is conducted by MTI. So that is how it is happening. Then, yeah, so please.
These are some of the private Olympiads,
Yeah.
like you mentioned about the recognized government Olympiads. Well, let me tell you, the students who are from Middle East,
Yeah.
if they are aiming for any government Olympiads, firstly, for giving those examinations, you have to come to India, because these examinations are conducted only in India, but these are so recognized and they require so much of your academic excellence that you must give such examinations, and these examinations are conducted in India only. But let's take some of the private Olympiads like IMO, NSO and all these examinations. These are some of the private Olympiads like NSTSC, UCO, GeoGenius. These are the exams which you can give at the comfort of your home. In present times they are being conducted online, but they are also being conducted in your school. So try giving such examinations. They are the actual playground where you can excel and you can master and you can tell, you can judge yourself how I am performing in these examinations, and then move to the next step where you would be taught, where you will be performing in government recognized government Olympiads. Coming to the next segment, I think Vikram sir, you should take, you should let students know about some international level exams also.
Yeah. So these are the famous international Olympiads. When we talk about ANCQ, it's an Australian National Chemistry Quiz, where almost participants from more than 30 countries participate in this examination. It's a very reputed chemistry, all those future chemists who want to make their research work in chemistry. So this is a very famous examination. And when we talk about this Center for Talented Youth of Johns Hopkins University, USA, it's also a very reputed international level examination. EPGY, it's a program for gifted students from the Stanford University, USA. Then we talk about Smith Summer Science and Engineering Workshop, which is again in USA. College board exams, PSAT, SAT, then we have ACT examination, subject SAT and advanced placements. This is all through these examinations you can get into the top universities in US and UK. And IYMC, International Young Maths Convention. It's also very reputed for
Absolutely.
examinations. Anyone who wants to aspire his career in mathematics. So these are very famous international level Olympiads which you can target.
And we are letting everyone know because you are at a very young age.
Yeah.
So we believe that students from class 5th onwards are attending this webinar. So for them, such examinations are the key towards success, because they can get this kind of opportunity where mostly students are unaware. So
the basic idea is, let's say, if you most of the students when you talk and they want to say that, okay, I would be studying in US. So if you want to study in US, like back in India, we have IIT, we have NITs, we have triple ITs. These are the reputed institutes from where you do your engineering and your degree has a value. Apart from that, we have n number of colleges for engineering as well as for medicine, which have grown up like mushrooms.
absolutely.
Right? But does that degree has any value today? That is a very important question to understand. So in a similar manner, when you're targeting these study abroad options, right? So you need to understand there also you will find category A, level A, level of universities, level B universities. And when you apply for, let's say, MIT and you want to pursue your career in physics, let's say over there. And when you present your Olympiad certificate, I have done great in International Physics Olympiad or International Cyber Olympiad.
Yes.
And then you segregate yourself, you differentiate yourself from the crowd.
Absolutely.
And when there are 100 seats and thousands of students applying for the same seats, you have to differentiate yourself.
Yes.
Today, you are differentiating yourself by attending this webinar, while your friend who is enjoying his Friday or Saturday back along in your neighbor, right? So this is what the first step that you have taken. I hope you will be continuing with your similar kind of steps where you can ensure your success.
Yes, so again, as you can see, why start early? Similar thing, early action academic planning and early start for the perfect finish. Yes, if you want that perfect finish, you must start early. And how that early academic planning should be done? Well, let's take a look. There are different kinds of level of learning. If you are thinking that, okay, just school level learning is enough, well, there are three kinds of learning: foundation, advanced and excellent. Sometimes you have to go beyond these levels of learning. You have to understand that foundation is beyond the ground, advanced is you are developing your skills, excellent is you have developed your skills, now you want to perform at the biggest stage, which is the government recognized Olympiads. So let's start with foundation level. It's school oriented teaching. You must know about basic concepts. You should know how these experiments are working, what basic concepts are lying behind them. And school projects, they are very important. They let you open your learning horizon. You know how these things have been done. Let's say it's a history project, it's a science project, it's a maths project. You go deep into learning when it comes to school projects, and that helps to develop your foundation level of learning.
And the most important thing, if your foundation is strong, it is upon you to decide
Absolutely.
whether you want to make a story of 4-story building or a 40-story building.
Yes, yes.
So it is very important. Your foundation should be very strong. Then only you can move to the next level. And when we talk about the advanced level, definitely. Then here you can targeting your private Olympiads. So you should have very strong conceptual base, right? Basic prerequisite for this. Your concepts, you start building concepts of higher classes and develop high order thinking questions, high order, which you call as HOTS, right?
Yes, yes.
High order thinking skills that you start developing, and develop that competitive spirit. Okay, I have to solve this question. If I'm stuck in this question, I will not get away until unless I solve these questions. When this attitude comes in you, you are into this level. Now let's talk about the excellent.
I think then if you have performed so well that your foundation is strong, you are performing well in private Olympiads, you are proving yourself, then comes the excellent level where you should be taught, you should learn about next class. Sir said that in the advanced level you should learn concepts of higher class, but in excellent level you should learn what is taught in the next level. So if you are able to perform very well in school exams, in private Olympiads, there is very little scope of errors in such examinations. Then you can aim for excellent level examinations, which is government recognized Olympiads, INJSO, Junior Science Olympiad, then Regional Maths Olympiad or Maths Olympiad, International Maths Olympiad, Physics, Chemistry, Bio, Astronomy Olympiad. Such exams require lot of skills, and from very young age you should start preparing. For IJSO, students are eligible who should not have every year it has got year of birth criteria. So presently who is studying in class 8th and 9th are eligible for JSO. And for that you need to have understanding of class till class 11th. So just imagine a class 8th student has to have those concepts till class 11th.
And
how that is
tough
possible?
competition to them.
And give tough competition to class 9th students.
Yes.
So this is how you get edge over your competitors. This makes you aware that now it's like a battle where from the beginning of the session you made up your mind. Now you came into the first 11,000 who want to go into IITs and excel. Now we are talking about the previous slide, we talked about you excel and get into top 500. Now we are talking about you being in top 10, top 50.
Yes.
This is how the competition increases. And being in top 50, being in top 10, you must have that excellent level of learning where you save that time for future competitive examinations, and it gives you a lot of scope for revision and practice. Just imagine if you are a 9th class student, you have already studied till 10th class, 11th class. When you would be moving to 11th class, other students would be start preparing for JEE, and you have already done your 12th class also. So in 12th class, you would be getting an entire year for revision and practice. That gives you a huge edge over other competitors.
So I will just like to give an example for that. A few days back, I was in Oman. I was in Muscat, and a parent came to me along with his award. And when I was interacting, the parent said, I asked, okay, in which grade your son is studying? He said, grade 4th. And then he told that, sir, I would just like to mention that my son has appeared in this talent X examination that you have conducted. And he has shown me his report card. He was the topper in entire month. So look at the level. At grade 4th, he is competing with grade 5th students who will be aspiring for grade 6.
That is excellent level of learning.
Excellent level of learning. I also met a student in Salala, that is also in Oman, where a student who did his 9th and 10th, both when he was in grade 9th.
Yes, yes.
So when he moved to grade 10th, he did his 11th, and when he moved to 11th, he did his 12th. So finally at the end, he was having complete 1 year to do revisions and do wonders in this examination. And presently, he is studying at IIT Delhi.
Now,
so this is the difference.
Yes, that is
they
a difference.
yeah.
And a student should also understand that, okay, this sounds pretty interesting. Let's move to excellent level. No, you cannot directly skip to excellent level unless you are not able to grasp the foundation level of learning. So, pay lot of attention to school level learning, then perform at private Olympiads. You should get into the top 100 ranks, top 50 ranks. Then if you are comfortable that, okay, I am still having a lot of time and I can still study for the next class, then you should go for excellent level of learning.
So now you can correlate that why it is important to start early.
Absolutely.
So in grade 5th and 6th, you don't have to have that kind of hard work. You are studying from day to night, right? I don't believe in hard work. I believe in smart work. You study 2 hours a day, but study those 2 hours up to a level that you need not revise the topic again. Yes. That is very important. So that can happen when you start as early as grade 5th, 6th. Then you have ample time for these tasks.
True.
You cannot do all those things when you start in grade 11th and 12th.
Yes.
Because in grade 11th and 12th, you have a pressure because being a parent, being into this level, we know that life till grade 10th is very easy.
Yes.
When you move to grade 11th, suddenly you have huge syllabus to cover, and you have a pressure of doing great in your board exams. You have a pressure of doing great in your competitive exams, and moreover, you have a pressure of doing achieving success in your career.
Yes.
So when 3 pressures are already there on you, then you cannot think something out of the box. And this can happen when you start early.
Yes, and let's divide that pressure in these subsequent years down the line, because ultimately that pressure has to come. So it is you who has to decide, I will take that entire pressure in those 2 years, 11th and 12th, or I will distribute that pressure from class 6 so that I slowly, gradually I make myself acclimatize to that competition, to that pressure, which is the important skill in present times.
So moving on to the next, how to prepare.
Yes, that's the biggest question everyone.
We have been giving all the knowledge. Yes. You should start early. Now the question comes, how to prepare for it.
So as you can see, it was a complete blank stone, and then a masterpiece was created. This is how your career is. You have to start from the very first step, from very scratch, and that masterpiece career could be designed with small steps. How to go ahead? Well, as already mentioned, small steps. First thing is, set your goal. You should always know what your aim is, what your goal is in a short term and in a long term way. As mentioned earlier, that let's say many of the students we ask, okay, so you have seen Elon Musk. Yes, I want to become an Elon Musk. But what did Elon Musk do, and what should you do to become an Elon Musk, or for that sake, astronomer, or any other idol you think
Stephen
that
Hawkins.
You want to become something like that.
For
that you need to set your goals. I want to become this, I want to become like this. That is a long-term goal. But for achieving that long-term goal, a short-term goal should be there. I will perform in my school exams, private Olympiads, government Olympiads. So start working upon your short-term goals, which is fulfilled when you set yourself daily targets. It should not be like, okay, NTSC examination, I am in 5th class, NTSC examination would be in 10th class, so I will start preparing in 10th class. No, you should give yourself daily targets. Right from class 6th, I will start doing mental ability questions. I will do 10 questions daily. Just imagine a 6th class student daily doing 20 mental ability questions. for his entire year, let's say he studied only for 200 days. Okay, I am excluding 160 days, your holidays, your exams, you enjoy, but let's say 200 days, and you were doing 20 questions a day. That makes it 4,000 questions. Just imagine those 4,000 questions you are doing for the next 5 years, because at present you are in 6th class, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. In those 5 years, you have done 20,000 questions. And this small step, these daily targets, give you a big result when you would be giving an examination like NTSC, and the mental ability questions would be coming, those 100 questions to be done in 120 minutes. It would be a cakewalk for you, because you have already done thousands and thousands of questions. So it's not just daily targets, it should be continuous analysis. It should be being in touch with the mentors, the inspiring people, the teachers. You analyze and then you reach out to them, what mistakes I have done, and you should always communicate your queries. Okay, I wasn't able to do these questions, I am facing problem in these questions, I am able to solve, but I am not able to solve quickly. They will guide you what tips and tricks you should use.
Yes.
Then believing in yourself is the biggest aspect. Once you have that belief, last but never the least, enjoy your learning. If you are enjoying your learning, once you have belief in yourself and you are enjoying, all these steps automatically come to you, and you are ready to take on the biggest battle of your life.
Very true. Now, this is a very important slide where I will like to ask parents also to pay more attention on this slide, because this is a success pillar for Triangle, right? So, here we as mentors, teachers, you as a parent and a student, we all three are correlated. Sometimes parents feel that, okay, I have paid the fees to a certain institute, I have paid fees to a school, so my job is done, right? It is not like that. If we want to have success for a student or for a ward, right, we all three have to come together to ensure that how we can cumulative work together to achieve success of our ward. Because a student is always emotionally connected with parents and family. Agreed, right? And a student is always connected through intelligence level, IQ level with the teachers and mentors. And parents and teachers, they are connected through PTM, which we call as parent teachers meeting, right? So when we all together come together and discuss about the performance of the student, we should not wait for the year end to analyze, okay, what went wrong and how to improve it. Because what has went wrong, now you cannot work on those parameters, right? So we are regularly conducting parent teachers meeting, at least 4 in a year. We engage with parents to discuss the progress of the ward. What are the weaker areas, how we can work on his lacunas, how can improve on, let's say the student is making silly mistakes.
Yes.
So we need to make him understand that how to avoid those silly mistakes by doing more and more practice sessions.
Yes.
Right?
And these errors can be resolved. It's not like they cannot be resolved. They can be resolved, but it's a gradual process. You have to give time. You cannot expect that at the year end, okay, this has went wrong, now we should work upon. The entire year went by.
Yeah.
If we would have started from the very first month, we would have improved his skills or her skills in the next 11 months. That would have given you an ultimate result.
And the most important thing, it is also to decide the parent's role into this, right?
Yes.
We need to understand as a parent, your child loves, let's say he loves a car, right? He loves driving, but he cannot give the keys of the car for him to drive at this stage, right?
Yes.
So you cannot let him decide, okay, I want to be engineer at grade 6, okay, I will be an engineer. You know how to be, what is the roadmap to become an engineer? What is the roadmap to become a doctor? Let's say your ward says, I want to be a pilot, right? So whether he wants to join defense services or whether he wants to go with a commercial pilot.
Yes.
And let's say if he wants to go with a commercial pilot license, then what is the demand in the industry? What sector he is going to work on? Let's say parent says that my child loves football, my child loves cricket. So now you have to, let's say if you want to become a cricketer, so there is only one MS Dhoni in the population of billion people, right? So are you going to compete with that kind of standards? Even there is also a competition,
yes.
Right? So when there is a competition, you have to differentiate yourself.
Absolutely.
So as a parent, a very important role comes from your side where you have to have a proper plan A.
Yes.
Then you also have to have plan B. Let's say if he doesn't get into IIT, by because we know competition is very hard, right? And every single mark is very important.
Yes.
So with that single mark, if you miss IIT Delhi Computer Science, or let's say any other course, any other branch, your favorite place to, then what is plan B? Then I can go to NIT, or I can target some foreign universities. If you are targeting foreign universities, then you can make a list of 5 to 10 universities, and then you can plan accordingly.
Yes.
So when you also start planning from as early as these stages, it will definitely create a very strong roadmap for the student to get success in his life.
I think back in Gulf countries, many of the parents both are working.
Yeah.
But still, a weekend is enough to evaluate what your ward has done in that last week. Just sit down with your kid.
Even a 1 hour session will be more than great
Yes,
enough.
yes, absolutely. Just you have to just ask basic questions like what you have been taught. Are you able to understand? Are you doing your homework? Is there anything I can do? Is there anything I should ask your teachers to do for you? Such kind of communication builds trust, builds confidence in the student, and students feel, okay, my parents are with me. I can definitely excel in any exam because my parents are standing supporting me, and the institute or the professionals are also giving me timely guidance. Such kind of confidence will give great results to any student who has not been able to perform in the last years.
And we are providing those solutions. We are providing a detailed analysis report.
Absolutely.
We are providing a progress report card for students
Yes,
at the year
at
end also.
Ellen, when the tests are conducted, we give a detailed analysis. What were the average marks? What were the score of the toppers? Where you stood? What kind of questions you committed wrong? What kind of questions were right? What kind of what level of questions were mostly
Easy, medium, difficult level
absolutely.
questions. So
What
let's say if
did-
you have done wrong in easy level question, it was a big mistake.
Yeah, it may be
And
a
you
silly
have-
mistake.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was a silly mistake. And let's say there are some very difficult level questions which may take 5 to 10 minutes to answer that
Yes.
question. So you can also judge on that parameter of time. And
Yes.
then you can work on the improvement part. Instead of going with the 5 minutes for this question, I can improve my performance just solving in a minute or something in the time duration.
True.
So as a parent, you have to play a role of monitor. You have to play a role of mentor. You have to play a role of role model
Yes.
for your award. And when you become a role model to your son or your daughter, success is definitely going
Absolutely
out there. But you have to get involved.
Yes.
That is important.
That is important.
Question is, will I make a good career? Yes, you can if you have these 4 qualities. Dedication, sincerity, smart work, passion. If you have a combination of these 4, definitely no one can stop you in getting success. Even if you are staying in at any part of the globe, if you have these 4 qualities, definitely you can achieve success. And again, we have many students in the history of Ireland. We have been continuously producing rank 1 holders since last many years. And we find these qualities common in them.
Yes,
They are
yes.
highly dedicated. Their efforts are very sincere. But they don't study all day and night. Smart work is very important.
Yes.
Smart work in sense like, see, your mentor can tell you that when you're targeting, let's say, any of the Olympiads, say in Olympiads, what sort of questions are coming, how they are different from your school examinations, how to prepare for that. So instead of studying multiple things, multiple books, multiple authors, because again there is
Yes.
ocean of information which is available on different platforms. So instead of diversifying your energy at every direction,
True.
when you diversify, when you collect all your energy and just focus at a single direction, your path to success becomes very easy.
And missing any of these 4 elements may
Yeah.
not result to that good career, because I can remember that Guramrit Singh, JEE Advance, the top 10, top 20 rank, then Suyash Arora, AIR 5 in NEET examinations. I have taught them from class 7. I have seen them. If I take example of Suyash Arora, from class 7th when I was teaching him, he was kind of, I love maths, I love maths, I love maths. When he came to class 10th, he immediately said, no, but I want to become doctor. And we all were surprised. Okay, but your maths is good. Yeah, no, but I want to become doctor. So first thing, he had that passion. He wanted to become doctor. And then he started doing smart work. He knew that most of the aspirants in NEET most of the aspirants, they are taking medicine because of the fear of math.
Yeah, very true.
And the students who would excel in NEET exam would be the one who are having great command over physics, which requires your mathematical skills.
Yes.
So that was his smart work. He knew that, okay, now I have the passion of becoming doctor. I know the smart work because my maths is strong, so I will excel in physics and ultimately my NEET result would be improved. Then he had that sincerity, because for an examination like NEET, you have to be very sincere. And that dedication, well, in the last 2 years when the pandemic was there,
Yeah.
he didn't lose hope. He didn't think once that, okay, now since everything is gone this, how will I perform? He had just one question wrong. So he would have missed just by a whisker, and otherwise he would have been AIR 1. That one question wrong, he had 716 marks out of 720.
720, yeah.
That kind of dedication. I mean, this year there were 4 students who had 720 on 720. Suyash had 716 out of 720. That kind of dedication is required, then only you will be able to score such good
And
results.
when they can do, you can also do.
Absolutely.
It's very simple, right? It is just simple dedication,
Yes.
simple sincerity, smart work and passion. When you have these 4 qualities and when you have a good mentor,
And another surprising element for Suyash was he was an ICSE student, and he was associated with us from class 7th in CBSE curriculum batches. And just imagine how he was managing his ICSE school curriculum and his CBSE curriculum at Allen. He was performing. So the biggest difference or the biggest common thing between a successful or unsuccessful student or a less successful student would be 24 hours. How he managed those 24 hours.
it's all about the time management.
Absolutely.
Time management
So
plays a very
once
important
he
role.
did that,
Yeah.
he knew that he will be able to score good rank. So very well said Vikram sir, that these 4 qualities are utmost required.
So these are the countries where we are present. We are in India helping students across the globe also. We have students from Nepal. We have our strong presence in UAE. We have 2 physical centers in Dubai. We have a center in Sharjah. We have a center in Abu Dhabi. And I promise you, we will be coming very soon to other parts of Middle East also.
At present, but we are running online programs for Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi, Oman, Qatar, Nepal, and the physical presence is only in UAE.
Yeah.
So all the students who are looking forward for guidance in competitive examination, they want to excel, they can join our online program, get the same kind of analysis, the same kind of mentorship which we are giving to our offline students.
Yes.
Through our online program at the comfort of your home.
Means just believe faculties from Kota are coming at your home to teach you.
Yes.
So this is the benefit of online platform.
Online plan, yes. So all your dream can come true with dedication, courage and passion. We call these 3 elements to make your dreams successful. So until unless you don't have that passion, courage to take different steps and that dedication to devote yourself for that dream, your dream won't be coming to you. So all dreams can come true with these 3 qualities. And with this, I think we are on the closing part. You can start posting your questions. Vikram sir, I would like to have your closing remark.
I would like to close this session with a very interesting example. See, I tell each and every student, it is upon you to decide how you want to take your life forward. I always tell them that it is 4 years of hard work and 40 years of enjoyment.
Absolutely.
You work hard in grade 9, 10th, 11th, 12th and you enjoy the rest of your life, or vice versa. You enjoy these 4 years or 7 years if you count 5th, 6th, 7th also. So then work hard for the later part of your life. You have to work hard. Life will ensure that you will have to work hard. You need to decide the duration of that. 4 years or 40 years. Choice is yours. So if you believe you can, you are definitely halfway there. And we are always there for the people who are distanced but not disconnected. We will always be there to help you, support you. You can always reach us out at inquiry@allenoverseas.com. And this is my personal number. It is +91 93 154 95614. You can always reach us out at this number. You can call me or ping me on WhatsApp. I will be more than happy to help you out. So thank you for providing your valuable time, attending this webinar, and we would be more than happy to help you and get connected with you.
So
now
yes.
we would like to have welcome questions. So.
So let's first know who gave the correct answer. I think Juhi Sharma gave
Juhi
the
Sharma.
correct
Oh,
answer.
great.
Yes.
So congratulations, Juhi Sharma. We are really impressed
Yes, yes.
that you are the first one who gave the answer. Then followed by Krishuk. Kinshuk, yeah.
Kinshuk.
And then Adityan tried, but he missed it.
Yes, Adyan, wrong answer.
Then we have
Mariam,
Diona. They all
Adyan then corrected himself.
Adyan
4 or 5 times. Yes. Great. Okay, so
so all those who have answered S as an answer, that was very true, very correct. Good.
So let's take Juhi. You can post your question. We'll take first your query, and then we will take the later queries. I think Adhyan, Mahmood, Venkat, they have posted some questions. But let's see, Juhi has posted some question or not.
Okay, Juhi has mentioned, she has just written the answer. Okay, no question from her side as of
Juhi,
now.
any question? If not, then we'll take up Adhyan's question. How should I decide which stream of engineering should I choose? Well, you have to reach out to that number which Vikram sir shared, because we want to know which class you are in presently. And it's a long-term decision. If you are in class 5th or 6th at present, then you have to simply think about engineering at present, excel in various competitive exams, and by the time you would reach to 10th class, then a better perspective we will have where which stream you can
and you
take.
can reach us out. See, we also need to understand your interest level. To answer this question, you can request for a personalized counseling session.
Yes.
Where we would like to understand your interest level, your hobbies, and then we can correlate, okay, these are the branches which suits you best, and accordingly you can plan up the things.
Venkat, as you have already written the word rumors, so rumors can never be true, and even if they will be true, a government would give that notification that the DASA quota has been started, but at present there is no such information with respect to DASA quota being scrapped.
So let it be rumor.
Yeah. Is there any plan Ellen will soon physical? Well, we are already having our physical classes in UAE, as mentioned by Vikram sir, that we are present in UAE, and he also mentioned that we are planning to come to some other countries also, but at present we are physically present in UAE only.
And this would be a surprise if we plan to other Emirates. We are
Yes.
coming very soon. We will make an official notification for that. We have already started process in some countries.
Yes.
But we will announce once we are there.
Yes. So Adyan, you have said that you are from grade 7. Okay, class 7th you are. So I think it depends a lot on your interest.
So you can get back to us. We will
Yes,
arrange a
yes.
counseling session for you.
Because-
and then, yeah. For online classes, who can provide details for grade 8th? Okay. So what you can do,
For
Adyan,
quota.
you can...
No, from quota we are not having online classes for Middle East students. The online classes are by overseas department. The teachers are present in quota, but they will be teaching the mode of communication, the mode of teaching would be entirely English, so that all the students studying in Gulf countries can benefit it out. There is no English medium of teaching or Hindi medium of teaching. So these classes, which the online classes, you can call the same number. Vikram sir has already shared that number. You can call that number, you can drop a message, WhatsApp message to that number. All the details with respect to grade 8th, you can
We will
gain.
share the details,
Yeah.
yeah.
And also you can visit our website www.allenoverseas.com. You can select your country, go to the grade, whichever grade you are looking forward, and the entire planning would be coming on
Course
your
details,
website.
fee details,
everything.
class timings,
The
everything.
class timings, the class duration, course duration, how many PTMs would be there, how many tests would be there. Every detail minutely has been put up on our website, so you can always reach out to our website for more information.
Yeah. Okay. So Thank
I
you.
think rest
all.
of the queries are quite similar and repetitive, so
Yeah.
there are already lot of queries. So mostly the questions are similar, which we have already answered or we have already taken up. So I think we can now end up, sir.
Okay, on that note, I would like to thank all the students and parents for participation in this webinar. And for any questions and queries, again, we are showing details on the screen. You can always get back to us. We will be more than happy to help you out. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you so much, dear students and parents. Thank you so much.